We have a viewer from Benson who wants to talk about whether or not there's been any movement in the legislature about property tax relief for farmers insofar as building schools is concerned. This is a topic we had some discussion at early in the session. We haven't revisited it in the last month or so. Who'd like to address that?
I can take that one on. I serve on the property tax division in the House, and the bill we're just working through, and hopefully we'll pass it tomorrow, does contain a provision where on a capital building project for a school or referendum, what the bill does, there was talk about going to a house, garage, 1 acre, but we've backed off of that, and now there's going to be a 50% credit on what the tax would have been on all of the agricultural land. So it's going to be a 50% credit paid by the state, so it won't be a shift to anybody's house or business. So on the house side, I think that's a good measure. It's fairly expensive. It's going to cost about $47 million a year to backfill some of these bond issues. And it's also going to address the capital levies already in place and not just the new one. So I think that's the fair way to do it. So there will be some relief for farmers on the school bond referendums.
And we heard that bill in the Senate yesterday in the Tax Committee, and I'm actually authoring that bill in the Senate. And I think it's a good way to go. Representative Anderson mentioned the house, garage, and 1 acre. I also authored that bill, but that bill has been introduced and authored by various legislators over the last 7, 8 years, and it can never get the political support because it shifts.
It's a huge shift.
Yeah, so onto homeowners and even businesses. If you did that, if you did that house, garage, 1 acre, which uses referendum market value, that takes all the responsibility of the levy for capital projects off the farmland except house, garage, 1 acre, and it reduces the CI rate from 2 to 1 for that levy. But even with that reduction in CI rate, they see an increase in taxes in some of these districts because there's so much farmland that with that shift, even at a rate of 1 instead of 2, even some businesses see increases. So this bill that Representative Anderson is talking about, the one that we heard in the Senate yesterday, is a much better way to do it. And also, as Representative Anderson mentioned, it includes all of the capital levy for building projects, not just from this point going forward. And that's an important part of this too.
Representative Khan, any thoughts on this?
I really believe in a progressive tax system, and so I do believe that people ought to be taxed according to their ability to pay. And I know that there are poor farmers, but I also know that there are very rich farmers. And so I would like to, again, see tax breaks go to those who really need them.
Well, I would like to say that I agree with Representative Anderson and Senator Coonan on this issue.
It stops right there.
No, I think, as they have already said, the original house, garage, 1 acre was not a valid plan because of the shift, and we would have never seen a bonding issue passed again in any of our rural districts because of the kind of shift that would have occurred from that. And I think the plan that is out there is reasonable. And it offers a good alternative. Also, within the Senate Finance bill, there is getting away from the bonding for construction purposes. We did do some facilities funding that will also help our schools, because many of our rural schools have a substantial amount of deferred maintenance out there, and actually a number of large metro schools do it in that respect. And so, but this does provide some relief and some ability for the schools to get caught up in some of that as well.
I have to add a comment. Talking about, in all seriousness, farming and the way farming's economy has changed the last couple of years. We did have some really good years when commodity prices were high, but input costs also came up along with it. And now with commodity prices for corn, soybeans, and such down to about half of what they were, input costs have not come down yet. So I don't know of a farmer this year that can show a positive cash flow. The expenses are just too high for what you can hopefully make in the fall selling corn for $3 a bushel. So that's the reason this bill we're talking about is so important, that if a farmer is going to be looking at property taxes of $40, $50, $60 an acre, it just makes that cash flow that much more negative. It makes it more difficult to show a profit.